Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer. At the end of the last episode we laid out what I think is a coherent plan for victory. Achievable? Maybe. Could be. Can't prove it's not. So we need to get Krugga, one of our oldest and most powerful allies, along with Wurzag, up to where Skarsnik is and push as a group. Then we need to take the other armies and do other stuff with them. And I usually end the game at the end of a turn so that when I come back, I can take a moment and figure out what the hell was going on. Okay. So the concurrent wars fightiness bonus that that Ozag the Slaughterer has. What? Yes. Peace. I don't even care. Okay, sure. He told you to agree to the thing that you offered me? I don't know who you are or what your deal is, but I do know that right now I don't care. So the garrison in Migdal von Galbarak has been assaulted. Also, we're being raided all over the place, and Skarsnik has gained a trait. Cool. Free traits. Okay. He didn't actually gain the fightiness, it looks like. I don't know what's going on with this. Anyway. Okay, he has Get On With It, plus 8% charge bonus. He can get a totally sweet wyvern, a special wyvern, better even than most wyverns. And he has magic, that's right. This dude does have magic, so... The Purple Son of Xerius? That is a dope name for a spell. I don't know if it's actually any good. This quest will begin automatically at rank 18. Okay. Spirit Leech. Let's start picking up that magic, shall we? I don't know why the AI hadn't done it already. I don't know what this guy's doing. Maybe he doesn't think that we're ready to fight yet, but we are extremely ready to fight. You're gonna have to run further than that, buddy. Alright, I'm hoping that this will be enough to push the log. Take that leadership bonus. Also, that's not a bad amount of money. Warrior Born, that's a great trait. What happened to my money? Like that, the amount of money that I'm paying per turn suddenly exploded. So we can move back out of attrition range. I guess we probably should. We don't need to pursue these guys north. We want to go east and then north. It would be nice to fill the army. I don't think I have time to fill it with, like, fancy stuff, but we could just get, like, some... I know Savage Orcs are not very good at this point in the game, especially against the kind of enemies we're facing. But they're definitely better than having an empty slot, right? Well, I guess if our resource outlay per turn is actually what the game is telling me it is, then maybe that's not true, actually. Oh, I was hoping we'd be able to get all the way over to Carrick Dromar in a single underworld move. Okay, we don't actually care about Migdal von Galbarak being attacked by heroes. It's not my primary concern. Okay. And there aren't any Chaos armies down here, right? Apart from this one. So I'm assuming that we can't get anywhere near that. And I'm also assuming it's a scary enough army that I don't want to just charge the Krugga Blackbog stack into it. We're going to lose Karak Izor, which is not a huge deal. We haven't invested too much into it.
Let's take what should be ours.
I think I'm going to go ahead and do the march.
I'll crush them all.
I'm going to put these guys into normal movement. And I'm just going to move far enough forward that I know we'll get defense from what's-his-face. It actually looks like... No, I probably shouldn't move forward anymore. Okay. So the raiding's got to stop. But we're doing everything in our power on that, really. I don't think that there's much more that I could be pulling off here. Skarsnik needs to fall back to a place where he can heal. All the way back to Karak Asgaraz, I think, is probably the right play.
Nice. I'm off.
We'll heal up a little bit. We'll do a little bit of recruiting while we wait for these armies from the south to catch up. Yeah, alright, I think that's it, really. I don't want to move Krugga any closer. And I don't want to spend any more money if we have... if we're losing this much per turn. We probably lost a gold mine in one of the most recent group of settlements that got raised in the World's Edge Mountains. Who is that? Is that a Border Prince's army? Karak Izor, or Karak Izor, however you want to say it, is under siege. Azhag has gotten his Wog, that's excellent. Fightiness -3 but leadership +5, or leadership -5 but 1200 treasury. I don't really want fightiness -3 for 3 turns on all my forces, but let's let them have their shiny helmets. It looks like the chaos in the region has been driven up to a rate that is now causing us actual damage. I'm a little reticent to go into Underway stance.
The boys are restless.
Alright, let's just approach.
Going.
We'll eat a little bit of chaos attrition. There's not really anything that can be done about it. I don't want to use the Underway to try to get closer to him because we've had some bad experiences with that recently. And I'm scared.
Supreme ruler of 8 peaks.
We're not going to be able to really do any recruiting. We don't have any money. We have a couple of turns of army upkeep. Alright, let's try to get caught up here. This area is so hard to move through, even in the open, that underway movement is really the only thing that's working.
Come on.
Yeah, we gotta get into some real combat, like, soon. So I was gonna have the Wog Army wipe these dudes out, but maybe I wanna let these guys fight those guys. So should we hit Archaon, or should we go after his support army first? The support army is very, very armored. Extremely armored. While his stuff is Chaos Chariots. Well, Chaos Chariots have 90 armor, actually. It's pretty impressive. Chaos Knights. He's got giants and stuff. What is this Wog made up out of? Ugh. Not that great, actually. This Wog is like an embarrassing army. Alright, I think we just have to push together. We can move very slightly faster through the underway this turn. This is like an inch or two on the world map. Skarsnik is just staying put. He needs to heal. Alright, it feels pretty not great. Yeah, Mount Gunbat is done for. Unfortunately, we're out of things to, like, to sack and raid. Okay, there's an awful lot of heroes running around, just being shitty. The AI must get... I'm playing on normal, by the way, because this is my first game. The AI must get just huge bonuses to their money to be able to run. What the cat? It appears to me that Chaos has what, like maybe 8 heroes on the map right now. Also, the Bloody Hands Wog totally got beaten by that by that terrible Varg army. So that's really embarrassing. It's just, everything is destroyed. I don't know, you guys. Okay, if I take you down to normal, you could reach him this turn. You'd have to be in March mode. Oh no, wait, this is... Now it's showing a completely different radius than it was showing last turn. Or, a second ago. How close can we move? So is this... Is this red area the area in which he could catch us? Or, like, what is the deal? Because it seems like you can get caught in the underway from pretty far away. I guess the other thing we can do is make it a normal move and then just move into our region so we don't have to worry about attrition. That's a little safer. Alright, so we'll handle this. And get some fightiness out of it. And you lost your Wog, because at this point Wogs are just not any good, it looks like. They can't be made up of that few units. They just can't be. And we're going to go bankrupt. We want a full speed march. Apparently all of this area is safe, but right here there's attrition. It's annoying. I leveled him up already. How are we going to deal with the money? Money's an issue. We're going to have to... I mean, I don't want to disband units. Let's fight these guys and see if we can fix things up a little bit. Plus, we need to win a fight anyway. How do my banners keep getting unequipped? Okay, 4662. That'll keep us running for a little while longer. I certainly don't want to ransom the captives. We can't afford the fightiness hit from that. Okay.
Yeah.
So for some reason that didn't put our fightiness up. Battle 1 plus 10, but casualties minus 5. Alright, well, Karak Izor... We're exploiting the region. Let's take a quick look at our provinces. Jufbar. Jufbar's not being extorted, but it could be. The Black Mountains are in a terrible place, and extorting them is pretty low value. Peak Pass is getting hit, and extorting it's not worthwhile. The Rib Peaks are extorted, but maybe shouldn't be. Alright. Oh, we can see everybody's stuff. Interesting. Or maybe just everybody's stuff that we know about. Okay. So we need to basically hold everything for army maintenance. Because we do not want to lose any of these forces to stupid stuff. Sly needs to spend his level. Sure, missile resistance. That's a good... It's a good thing, and it's not very difficult to figure out that it is. Okay, this sucks. We're taking so much attrition damage.
I'm leaving.
Obedience is fine. We need the corruption in these regions to come down.
The great green prophet.
What can we do with these guys as far as... So he doesn't actually have any of the stuff. Alright, we definitely have a lot of dudes whose whole thing is chaos reduction. Let's get a ranter in here. The shroom gatherer as well. That'll be -5 corruption. I assume corruption's, yeah, it's coming down.
Now's the time.
We're going to be running through a lot of corrupted areas, so I think it makes sense to make sure that people are on corruption reduction. So we don't have any more of the guys who just do corruption reduction, but we can still take this. That's still +2. Alright. You can at least avoid it. Start heading north to help Skarsnik. How is Skarsnik's army doing? Well, they're regenerating. They're getting there. We gotta kill off Karek Ziflin, and unfortunately, they're just gonna sit here and mass. Although, Blackstone Post used to be theirs, and now it is ruined, I think. It used to be theirs. So, maybe Chaos is pushing on them too. If Chaos wipes out Karek Ziflin, that'll actually be, like, really beneficial to us. I believe you, but what am I supposed to do about it? Okay. Banner of Swiftness. Let's throw this on the Black Orcs. It's interesting that this unit, this special unit of Black Orcs, actually has fewer guys. And you can really see that in the total health of it. Well, if we retreat, I think we're going to fall back to within range of a settlement. Yeah, okay. If he wants to fight us near Ground Peak, that'd be a little better for me. What is this Stalia doing over here? We're not at war with them, are we? Okay, no. I was concerned that they were going to attack my settlement. Right now, everybody in the world has other stuff to be doing. How are we not in range of that? That's ridiculous. This is an absurd claim. We're right here. Okay, he sacked it. What's up the Black Mountains? Which one's that? Karakern. Well, so be it. There's nothing we can do about it.
Now's the time.
Alright, well, let's deal with that. I don't... Wow, he ran almost an entire normal move away. I don't think that we do need to bring both armies to deal with this. Grimgor Ironhide's going to keep pushing east to support Ashag. Wow, the bar showed them, like, being really competitive there, but that battle was hugely in my favor. Alright, can we get back into my region? Yes, we can. In fact, we can get all the way back here. We don't need to do that. In fact, I think I want to move this way as much as possible. Okay, so we'll stop taking fightiness-based attrition. I wanted to give him Root Marcher, but I think after that we should move into making his army better. Alright, now Grimgor Ironhide needs to get the hell over here. With maximum speed. Assuming we can do this without attrition. No, we cannot. For some reason, the mountain attrition starts right here. We're fine right up to this line. Well, right up to this line is where I will go. Okay, so at this point, he didn't follow us to Ground Peak. But I don't know if that's because he couldn't. Will he win if we fight him here? Huh. He split up his armies. He may, upon seeing Grimgor Ironhide approach, he may try to fall back. So I think we maybe want to go for him. Okay, this is not where the camera is supposed to be. So we have some biggins coming in. Nothing really great coming in. We have all these units. We have... Is it just one giant spider? Or no, this army doesn't have a giant spider at all. Nor a giant. We just have normal-ass units. And he has 2 chaos trolls and a bunch of chaos spawn and a giant and... Alright. So do I just fall back to Grimgor? Maybe. Thing is, I don't really want to move out of the no attrition area. So why don't I move to the edge of the attrition area? If he attacks us and I retreat, I think I will retreat into Grimgor's reinforcement range. I think. We hope. Alright, let's focus on the west. Okay, for some reason we just cannot keep our fightiness up in this army, no matter what we do.
Has my mystic powers.
What's gonna be the best thing for getting us out of here?
I is invincible.
Okay, it's Chaos Corruption's coming down. It's coming down. It's not fast, but... Can we get over here any faster? Nope.
Let's go.
Underway travel continues to be the only sensible travel. Is that event really still on? This is the last turn.
Your
Right.
schemes, I got schemes.
So now, Karak Ziflin is recruiting a second army.
For the wisdom of Valea.
I need my gold mines back. Yep. Enjoy it. It was the last one. He's gonna run back toward Archaon. Oh, no, Archaon's gonna come this way. Well, I don't need to, yeah, like, I have so little time for you. Alright, we can take a detour to crush these guys. We are losing more and more. For some reason, my army upkeep keeps going up despite the fact that I'm no longer recruiting. It's not raiding, we're just... I mean, I guess the raiding reduces our income, although that's not actually affecting anything because we weren't getting income from that region anyway. Alright, let's definitely go into underground mode. Hey, what are we taking attrition from? Ah, the Chaos Corruption's gotten really high. Alright, well, it looks like we can run... we can't get to the other side of his, Shoot. So when I attack him and he runs, we're not going to be able to follow him with both armies. He didn't run. He stood and fought. And again, the battle went way better than they were projecting. The projections don't seem to mean anything. They seem to be maybe busted. All right, let's get back what little health we can get back here. Oh, Grimgor Ironhide gained movement as well. I know that you gain movement after a battle sometimes, but I thought it was limited to the army actually doing the fighting. Alright, well this should be... I don't know what's going on with the camera here. This should be fairly straightforward, and that's enough money to keep our army running for a little while more. We don't have the Slaughtered Captives buff right now, I'm pretty sure. But I also don't think we need it. Alright, well Archaon's basically doomed now, I think. I mean, doomed for a very, very small amount of time. Active if casting. Get power. Interesting. Okay, you're as far forward as you reasonably could be. Yeah, just move. Alright, I hate this chaos corruption. We can't even see the chaos corruption banner. 53% plus 1. I assume it's got something to do with whatever's happening here. But we need to start rebuilding as we climb. Alright, Skarsnik is just waiting for reinforcements, right? Yeah, I don't think I want to push it by increasing my army size. And when I say push it, I mean this issue. Alright. Really? He can't win this, right? He's not lightning striking or anything. I think that the balance of power is screwed up. Well, it said close victory. It doesn't look that close. We killed 2/3 of his forces. He killed like 1/3 of ours. There's a lot more blood on all the UI elements with that DLC. We don't need the replenishment quite as bad now. Oh, wow. Fighting is -10. Like, my WOG's gone already. Yeah, let's take fighting is -10 on this army. I'm fine with that. Okay, so our Chaos the Everchosen is gone. He is under control. He is handled. For now. You know, until he respawns in 3 turns or whatever. Okay, I'm gaining all kinds of weapons that are not as good as the weapons that we already have equipped.
Let's get moving.
I'm a schemer.
Alright, I think I actually want to wait one more turn. I don't want to move him out yet. Warzag has some important stuff to do here. Wow, this army mustered a lot of troops last turn.
I'm not doing that.
Alright, so they'll run here.
Only way.
And then we will chase them and murder them again.
More coming.
But for real this time. Maximum murdering. Alright. Solving problems one by one. Alright, we already have the leadership buff, so we may as well just feast.
I spills.
Okay, what else could we give you? Pushing down the blue line will get us lightning strike, but it will also get us +2 fighting this one in foreign territory, which I think is really valuable. And actually, really green is starting to become really valuable as well. So yeah, we're gonna finish pushing down this line. I think I want him to go ahead and continue north.
Yes, he'll be proper good.
And we're no longer suffering attrition everywhere we go, which is nice. Migdal von Galbarak needs to get a boss tent. Karag Dromar is hemorrhaging approval. We'll get a boss tent here too. Does Karag Dromar... I'm going to destroy this and build a boss tent here. We need maximum chaos corruption reduction everywhere. So, Azag has some kind of trait that is causing this like crazy amount of fightiness all the time, right? +1 fightiness for every concurrent war. But we're not at war with... He's getting 14 for it? We're not at war with 14 forces, are we? Are there 14 different Norse tribes? Here's one war. 2, 3, 4 with the Norskins. 4. What is it? 3.5 points per... Huh. So I'm not mad. It's not a bad thing. But, so he's still suffering from post-war blues. When that ends, will he immediately trigger a wog again? Because that would be, like, pretty good. Oh, don't worry, Grimgor.
The gods deny such action.
What, me clicking on you? Don't look at me. My god wouldn't appreciate that.
In emotion. Time for them to die.
Archaon the Ever-Chosen is the only survivor. 3 of us died. Okay, he is not, in fact, a survivor. Alright, the Warriors of Chaos have been obliterated. Huh. That won't remain true, will it? I can't imagine. Okay, let's level up. So let's get some more of this sweet, sweet magic, I guess. Minus armor, minus weapon damage doesn't seem like a bad spell. Huh, minus 16 leadership. I wonder how effective minus 16 leadership actually is at causing units to break and run. It is, I guess, worth noting that when a unit can cause terror, I believe it also becomes immune to fear. So we could throw this on somebody and make them not only immediately gain leadership, but make them temporarily immune to fear. So that might be worth doing. Alright, and are you rocking the maximum level of chaos reduction? Nope, we have a ranter that we picked up.
Here we go.
Alright, and you are doing some fantastic work so far. Let's pick up Stand Your Ground, but I do want to get Lightning Strike on him as well. Lightning Strike seems really valuable for the late game, where so many fights are turning into like 40 versus 40 engagements. And actually, we should make sure he's got a Shroom Gatherer and a Ranter. Okay. Yeah, we just gotta pull... we gotta pull the corruption in these regions down. So you... Oh, you can't quite make it this turn. Okay, never mind. Alright, we're going to start rebuilding. It says that the Chaos Warriors have been obliterated. I mean, we'll see. Take me to that. Is there something I can do? Nope. He's in Underworld stance. It'll have to do. So we know that the Chaos Warriors are not going to finish off Carrick Ziflin. I don't know what Carrick Ziflin's deal is. They might be at war with the elves or something. As the last of the Chaos Hordes is scoured from the face of the world, an awful silence descends. More than a silence, an absence of sound which echoes the all-consuming void without. All creation is stilled, breath held in anticipation of the final cataclysm. Then, tentatively, gently, life reasserts itself, not in a grand way to echo those who sought to end everything, but in small ways which of themselves are life. Birdsong pierces the silence, hesitant at first, then swelling, a defiant hymn to creation, borne on a soft wind that sifts dust onto the scattered corpses littering the bloody plain of battle. And the spell is broken. Bloodied veterans, survivors, refugees all draw breath into their aching lungs and weep at the taste and smell of victory, peace, and life. Yet what is life if not the constant striving of one against another? After all, every hedgerow is a bloody battleground, every plant a murderer, every creature red in tooth and claw. Even as the weak raise their eyes to a golden future, the wise are glancing about to see who will make the first move in seizing it for themselves. The shield of civilization which turned aside the deadly thrust of chaos is now a heavy and cumbersome thing. You can see that represented right here. Those who are first to cast it aside will be quickest with their blades, and a knife in the back is surest of all. Comrades who stood shoulder to shoulder in the shield wall will now step apart and take each other's measure. Alliances begin to unravel, and the storm clouds gather once more. I mean, that makes it sound like chaos is maybe gone. Like, gone. That would be pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to move over to here. I know that trespassing can have consequences, but
Trixie.
this seems to be the best way to approach
Got me, brother.
Carrick Ziflin, because we don't want to tunnel over to it, right? We want to walk. We want to change into walk mode and walk. Okay. If Chaos is really dead, like gone for real, gone, I think that's gonna basically be it. So somebody has to come back. Do I want to send Wurzag forward? Somebody has to come back and rebuild. We have to get Varenka Hills and Barag Dawazbeg back. I don't think we need Karak Angazhar. Yeah, everything's checked off except for this, so my scroll wheel will not do this right. So we're just missing the three things way in the north. Carrick Ziflin and the Varenka Hills. We actually don't even need Barag Dawazbeg. I'll recruit somebody for this. We'll just pull a lord in, if that turns out to be the thing. I do not want to have this not work out, because I didn't bring everybody. Okay, and you get to start the rebuilding. So we're going to spend a lot of money like pretty quickly here. We might have to disband some units to keep everything running. Aw, the poor Tief robbers were destroyed. Alright, you go that way. You, I guess, just come down to... Well, he doesn't have to come to Mount Gunbad. This guy can handle Mount Gunbad.
You're making me angry.
Alright. We just need to resettle everything. I think we're in a pretty good place here. Recruitment costs down or leadership up. Well, I'm not going to be doing any recruiting anytime soon, I don't think. Plus 10 for cavalry units. I doubt that the spider counts as cavalry. We don't really have a... Well, I guess we have a fair amount of boar boys now, don't we? Oh, Squig riding. This is new. So what here is actually, like, interesting? I think I would rather have weapon strength for cavalry than armor. Okay. So, this region has no income. There's no reason to be extorting. Okay, you could have a pile of shiny stuff. You could have a pile of shiny stuff. You could have a pile of shiny stuff. Each one of these is 200 income, so that should bring our debt down quite a bit. But yeah, we're gonna have to fire some units probably. Oh, you know, I don't think I moved my Western armies at all. Border Princes, I swear to God, if you try to backstab me right now in this moment, I will kill you so hard that your grandparents will feel it. That's not a good threat. Listen, I'm an orc. I'm not a talker. I thought we had a bunch more income. I built a bunch of income buildings in a place I'm not taxing, is what happened there. Okay, that's a lot better already. Sure, sure. Okay. Extortion rate up, please. We are really, really in a bad place financially. So, do I want to just completely disband an army? Like, I might just tell Ezrub, good job, you did it. Like, after he fixes Mount Gunbad next turn. We gotta have enough money to do that, though. And we're not going to. I hate to engage in diplomacy at a time like this.
You are a guest in my realm. You will act like it.
I'm gonna need...
Strike you down where you stand.
Okay, you're a slow talker. I'm gonna need 1,500 of your gold. Here's the thing. I'm strength rank 1, you're strength rank 11. Okay. He did not find that compelling. We're not going to be able to get... We don't have anything to trade anybody, because we don't believe in trade, because we're orcs. I might have to disband an army. Well, hold on. We're about to maybe do some violence. Honestly, these Border Princes armies might just be coming to take all this land, which I would actually be fine with.
Plotting and scheming. This'll be fun.
Karak Ziflin has 9 units in the garrison, but no armies to defend it.
Send me to battle. Now we're talking.
So let's move up to range, and then declare war. Alright, they were joined in war by Britannia.
This is my land.
What? That is not the route that I told him to take. I guess Montfort's zone of control extends to the mountains.
Skarsnik!
Alright, well then we'll do this. I'm pretty not pleased with the way that turned out. Here, these guys are now the Bad Moon guys. Alright, we need money. Lots of money. That's not really the amount of money I was talking about. That'll do, though. No, I'll take loot and occupy.
I'll do it!
+5 leadership when fighting against dwarves. That's good. That's basically the vast majority of the fighting that you're going to be doing. I guess we can just attack Montfort. Like, these guys are going to declare war on me. Yeah, next turn we attack Montfort. Oh, I should definitely assign skill points. That is a thing that ought to happen. Let's lower the upkeep cost for his army. And then in the Northern Grey Mountains, we should probably repair the buildings. Hey look, squig cages. Alright, well, Blackstone Post is not on my list, but we should wipe out Karak Ziflin as a force if we can. And I mean, we're not going to be able to wipe out Britannia. I imagine they're quite large, but we will be able to mess with them a little bit until they pay us for peace, which will be helpful as well. Oh, hey, it's these guys. Wow, their entire army is chariots. That's interesting. These are melee chariots, though, right? Yeah. Are they going to beat me? I don't think they're going to beat me. Maybe we should manual this one, though. We'll throw on the biggins the plus leadership amulet, and the -4 leadership to surrounding enemies amulet can go on the trolls, maybe? Or maybe just another group of biggins? Like, yeah, it's probably fine. Alright, we should probably manual this one. We want to make sure this actually works out. And at this point in my development, I know it was not that many days ago that I said the opposite, but at this point in my development, I think that me being present in a battle is actually an asset. I think I can help. I'm not going to lie, my confidence was bolstered tremendously by the Battle of the Giant Spider. Spider-Thon 17. So we have a Giant Spider here too. The Arachnarok is like it's my good luck charm. So, as far as I can tell, an Arachnarok Spider can one-shot one of these chariots. I think that's what we saw happen in that other battle. We have a little bit of range, so we can also bombard their chariots, but we have to make sure that the chariots don't get into the ranged units. Goblins do not stand up against a chariot charge particularly well. We have enough biggins that we can go bulk to bulk with them, and they don't have Chaos Warriors. They just have these Marauder dudes, who are not as heavily armored. And then, of course, we do have Wurzag's spells. He's a powerful dude. And honestly, he's not that bad in melee either. We haven't put a lot of effort into buffing his melee stats, but he's just, like, really high level, and he has a sweet weapon. So hopefully, my biggest concern here really is the trolls. I don't think that the Chaos Marauders are going to be particularly hard to deal with because we have enough ranged units of our own that I think we can just shoot them down when they come to us. As far as I know, they're not particularly heavily armored. The trolls, though, the trolls are going to do some real damage. I don't know how, like, a unit of biggins, savage orc biggins even, stands up to a unit of trolls. It might not be that great. And these guys probably cause fear. Really? Trolls vomit disgusting bile across the field? That's not a real strategy. That's just gross. Is it possible that they're just nervous? You know? I get nervous. Listen, before a big battle, I'm feeling it right now. I might vomit potentially corrosive bile across the field myself, so I understand where you're coming from. But, like, try to focus on the issue at hand, huh? Peasant bowmen, fire arrows. That's not super relevant to the battle. Wow, that is low power. My power reserve is high. I'm going to gamble some. Okay, Ronald is with us. That was a pretty big difference. Okay, I do not know where they are. My starting terrain is pretty flat and uninteresting. We have a little bit of a hill here. Let's grab all these guys. I didn't use any control groups in the last episode because I totally just spaced on the fact that they were a thing, if I'm being honest with you. So let's put these guys here. And I guess we just wait for them to come to us. They attacked. We're just going to wait, tightly grouped here. And the normal savage orcs, who are not that great. And then you guys. Unfortunately, we are tired because we were in March mode. And being tired sucks. Somebody said in the comments of a previous episode that being tired is like a 10%. I always say someone when I'm talking about commenters. I should probably actually do names. So I believe it was Oniawar who said that being tired is basically like a 10% debuff on your stats, and it leads to you being very tired and then exhausted more quickly, and those are further debuffs on your stats. So it's pretty bad. Keep an eye on our cones here. We're going to let these guys feel like they can get around the side before we send the boars at them. Hold up. How are people, as far as range of Wurzag's spells goes? Because he's got some pretty long range on some of these spells. I can't tell. It's not showing the little lines. It's because the line goes through the earth. Because he's not on top of the hill. Let's fix that. Get him up there pretty quickly on his sweet magical boar. I don't think his boar is actually magic, it's just special. Alright, let's talk about Big Green Feet. You know what, let's save the Big Green Feet until people aren't moving quite so much. We can do some direct damage attacks like on the trolls, maybe? Let's get that ability on cooldown because it doesn't cost anything to use it. Did he fire it? What, did he hit the ground? Come forward a little bit. Okay, they're starting up. So, do I just try to chase them off? Because they'll run, right? But maybe the better move would be for me to just send my guy. No, sending my guys forward feels pretty bad. Let's charge them. They're fresh, we're tired, but They have to turn around to escape the charge. Okay, and over here we're going to countercharge these guys as well. They're not actually even attacking us yet, but... Alright, everybody should be focused on the same group so that we can screw up their... what do you call it? We can screw up their leadership at maximum efficiency. And you can start in with more of this stuff. It looks like we did very little damage to the trolls. I guess trolls have regeneration, right? Or at least mine do. I don't know if chaos trolls... Chaos trolls look like they're like physically falling apart. That may maybe a hint that they don't have it. But maybe I should focus on Surtha Ek, actually. Bringing down their lord seems like a good play. Alright, so those marauders are going to flee from our dudes. Wow, that was good, man. Alright, so let us wait a little bit on the arcane conduits and stuff. Drop the big green foot here. It should hit all of those guys. And I think it's time to start moving people up. Alright, I don't like spreading my guys out so much. He has so many chariots coming in from all these angles, but it looks like he might be doing it looks like his charge might not all be the same speed. Like, it looks like the chariot units are coming forward faster. Let's move the spider to just sort of the middle of everything. They don't have any casters, so I'm not too worried about AoE. Alright, let's get dudes up. All the dudes in the back, stop being in the back. And Warzag. Drop that foot. Oh, it's so slow. It's such a slow foot. Still, it's like pretty good. Okay, this seems like a fine time to start popping stuff. Alright, we're getting hit by the chariots, so let's lay in with the melee defense. And I think it might be time to switch targets to... Well, we're doing good work on those guys. Let's finish that off. Alright, Warzag pops a buff. Pops one of his regen things. Actually, yeah, the spider will just run up and attack these guys. You guys are doing something a little bit different than I told you to do before. Alright, and let's try to sandwich some of these chariots from behind. The marauders are gonna keep running for a second, even after we stop chasing them, so... Let's give them the eye lasers. I pop the other thing here. Watch the spider. He's not attacking. He's not attacking at all. Why is he not attacking at all? He ran up to the chariot and then just stopped moving entirely. That's no good. That's not what I need. I mean, would this be a good time for this? Because stuff's right on top of me. Target too close. Okay, I have to cast it kind of far away. Well, then never mind. Just run. Run through these boys. Oof. Yeah, we're taking some hits here. Alright, the boar boys are actually doing a good job on that chariot. This unit should stay engaged. This unit can help relieve some pressure on our flanks. These guys are also doing a good job. Yeah, the chariots don't seem to be that great. Not really sure what the deal is with these. You guys should, like, try to reform over here. This would be a good time for a foot. Large explosion area. Yeah, we gotta wait for him to move away before he can do any of his good stuff. Alright, fortunately he's not actually engaged. Alright, we gotta watch out. They're retreating their units. Like, they're probably trying to line up their chariots for additional charging. Okay, so the guy holding the flag for this unit is stuck, but the rest of the unit seems to be working on following orders pretty well. A lot of people seem to be taking morale damage, and I'm thinking that the spider probably has a little something to do with this. Alright, large explosion in radius. Yeah, that's fairly large. Okay, who is up? You guys can probably take him out pretty easily. I'm a little reticent to fire into melee. I know that friendly fire is a real thing in this game. The Chaos Marauders are chasing the wrong Boar Boys. We might be able to catch them off guard here. Okay, no, they reacted very quickly to that. I guess, you know, a computer is going to tend to react quickly to things. Let's get him back up on the ridge so that he can shoot some more lasers. Okay, where is their lord? Here he is. Oh, he is very close to dead. Let's see if we can't help him along. Actually, I'm going to give him the effigy. Get him, Warzeg. There you go. Yeah, Warzeg's fantastic. Spellcasting. It's just really good. Let's start working these dudes over. Ooh, wow, our troll, like, clotheslined that chariot as it was coming by. Yep, the Marauders are spooked. The spider takes 2 steps toward them. They're like, nope, nope, I'm out of here. Let's just watch him work for a second, shall we? Poor boys, get out of the way. You're obscuring the show. Wow, those goblins are pretty good shots, actually. I would imagine it's hard to be accurate given how much the platform is bouncing around. Are they really gonna stop and fight? Yeah, they figured it out. The goblins shot the guy in front, and they figured it out. Alright, I feel pretty good about that. It says close victory, but we brutalized them, and we lost very few men doing it. And actually, the most kills goes to one of the units of Boar Boys. So I did another thing that I read while I was reading up and trying to get a little bit better, is that some of the spells don't count their kills properly. Like, you can have a magic user do an incredible amount of work and definitely get kills, and then just have none of that reflected on this end panel here. So I could probably do some quick math and figure out, if we're looking at like 100, this is like 40 right here. Another 10, 70. This looks about right. This looks like about 106. I'm not going to actually do the math, but quick napkin estimation. So I don't know, maybe his spells are tracking perfectly fine. It looked like he did a lot more work than kill 10 guys, but he did kill some very important guys. He did a huge amount of the damage to their lord, which directly contributes to them fleeing. And then, I mean, the fact that these chariot units just don't seem very good. It seems like they die really quickly, and the loss of entire units seems to have a really disproportionate effect on morale. Like, losing 2 figures in a unit of Biggins is no big deal, but losing 2 figures if they're the only figures in the unit, if it's a chariot or something, seems to really, really matter. People break all around them. Alright, I don't know what he was thinking. Yes, Sir the Ek is attempting to lay an ambush. Well, let's go fall for that ambush, shall we? Because it's starting to look like Warzag is not going to be necessary up at Carrick Ziflin. Although I guess I could use him to help clear Britannia. Alright. That's handy. That would have been a cool thing to get a lot earlier. Boy, we have a lot of copies of the same followers. So we are level 30 now. It's impressive. Get Iron Hard, so next level we can take Lightning Strike. I wonder what the max level for a hero is. Or for a lord, rather. Alright. You guys...
Supreme ruler of 8 peaks.
Yeah, we can probably just finish this right here, right? Norskins. Just occupy it, please. Okay, one more enemy faction completely removed from the game. And we are almost set on income without even having to destroy any of our armies. So I guess all of their buildings must have been things that are dwarf faction specific. It's the only way I can make sense of the fact that this whole region is empty. Oh, this whole region isn't... this is still part of this region. Okay, we'll come get that. So that's a big bunch of dudes, but honestly not that scary. Hey, it's Feldman Ingerson again. I remember this guy. Alright, what else do we have to do this turn? Muzrub Edbutt needs to restore Mount Gunbad to its former glory. And then they need to stay put for a little while. Because we are, we are out of dudes. Okay, are we actually extorting all of the regions that we can afford to extort? Khazid Irkulaz. We're pretty close, right? We just gotta get... Okay, we gotta pick Varenka Hills back up, which we can do at the end. We can just recruit a guy next to Varenka Hills and then have that done. So we just gotta get to the north. How far north are we talking about? Pretty far. Alright, well that sounds like a pretty good thing to focus on next video. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series as much as I'm enjoying making it. If you want to suggest some stuff for the next campaign, because there will be a next campaign, go ahead and start doing that in the comments now. Some people have already expressed interest in vampire counts, and that looks pretty interesting to me, so that might be the way we go. I think we're going to let... yeah, I think we're going to let Azag sit and regenerate a little bit. Oh, the Rib Peaks needs a commandment. Well, that commandment, shockingly, is going to be... Get Taxed. Okay. That's going to be it for this episode. Come back next time, all that other stuff I said. And we'll see you then.